biggest thing for me was the United States sent me to Panama for 2 weeks of jungle training. And at that time, that then put in my mind, this is the way I'm going to live for a year in the jungle every day. And it would be a little bit about what Ken was going through, I thought. It didn't work out that way. I ended up in a totally different kind of position. Had good food every day. I didn't have to sleep out under the stars as I did in Panama. So things really changed. Sometimes it's bad to think, to judge, I guess, well, it's going to be this way, and you get yourself really depressed and down. It didn't work out that way. On the other hand, it can get even worse too.
Yeah.
So you just don't know those things. You can't predict. My proudest moment, and not much to do with the Army, but our son was born. Our oldest was born while he was 6 months old when I got home, and holding him when I got off the plane.
I bet you couldn't wait.
Absolutely.
How about you?
On Iwo Jima, that's the last battle that was. That flag on Surabati was behind me in a little ways. I had to look up like this and see it. I wasn't close to it. But when that flag went up, there was silence. I don't know how, if everybody knew it. I didn't know it was going to happen. So I saw these people looking, so I turned around and looked, and I could see them raise the flag. The first flag that raised was the little one.
That's a big moment. Remind me later, we'll look at something on the internet. Pictures of that.
Yeah, and if you go to Washington, D.C., you will find a monument that portrays that. And one of the men lifting the flag was a corpsman in the Navy.
I don't know if people know, we had, for radio work, we had Navajo Indians. They had a language of their own, and we used them, not all the time, but every now and then something very secret went, we had to hand the mic to these people, and they would talk back and forth. And they lived with us, but always isolated. They would have their own area where they slept. To Maui, they were separate, but there was one of those fellows.
I think they call them wind talkers.
Wind talkers.
And they made a movie out of Hollywood type stuff. They were like a secret weapon, actually.
Yeah, I'll tell them, see, something secret. On the Navy ships when we traveled, it took maybe a month to get to an island, to a battle. And in those days, they paid us in cash. And maybe this was the last that they paid us in cash, but they had paid us aboard ship. And these Navajos were traveling along with us, and they taught us how to make jewelry out of the silver coins that we had. So what they said was, you take a nickel or a dime or a quarter, they were silver, and not an alloy. Yeah, like this, thank you. And then you take a spoon, like he was, and put the dish down and you tap, tap, tap on the railing of the ship. Well, as you tap, you let that spin, and it made a nice ring, but you had to drill the inside out. The trouble was, it came over the speaker, the captain said, you can't do that anymore, the subs will be for. So they stopped paying us in cash.
I'm just wondering if any of you have questions. One over here.
I have 14 chickens, 12 chickens.
Really? In the chicken coop at home? What do you do? Eat them or collect eggs?
Eggs.
Eggs. There's a name that
That's good. We got chickens. What kind do you have? Black and white, red?
Red and white.
Red and white.
Back there. Speak up just a little bit. Iwo Jima. Yeah. Washington.
Is it nasty when like you see people getting killed and being shot?
It's not good when you have to go help prepare them for the funeral. And there are lots of funeral places, lots of cemeteries. Even on Iwo Jima, I didn't realize how many guys have died. They took us in a truck over a bigger drive than we had when we went in. We went in and it was hard walking and we didn't have to go very far because we couldn't walk. It was very loose stuff and we couldn't get traction. And so when we left, they had prepared a road for us somehow and took us back down to get on the small boat to go out to the ships and we drove through the cemetery. Sad.
They put up crosses.
Yeah, little white crosses. A whole bunch of them in black sand.
Any other questions?
Anybody planning on being a veteran?
All right. Wow.
Yeah, we don't necessarily want that for you.